Right now, breaking news on News Channel 8 Today.
Good morning and welcome to News Channel 8 Today. I'm Lauren Make in for Rod Carter.
I'm Gail Guayardo. We begin with breaking news this morning. Deputies are on the scene of a homicide right now. This is happening on Inglewood Drive in Gibsonton. They report a man was found shot dead inside his home.
At least one other person was inside the home at the time. Deputies are questioning that person right now. We have a crew headed to the scene and we'll bring you updates as soon as we get them.
In our other top stories this morning, House of Horrors. We have more information about the 500 children rescued from a vermin-infested shelter in Mexico. Officials report parents were sometimes denied access to their children, and the kids were forced to sleep on hard floors, crawling with rats and roaches. The operator of the shelter and 8 of her employees are now being questioned by police.
The judge in the McTeer trial hopes to wrap up jury selection today. He explains he has a family commitment on Friday and wants to start the trial on Monday. McTeer is accused of committing a murder that rattled the Tampa Bay area. Prosecutors claim he threw a baby out a car window onto the interstate.
Our other top stories this morning, the weather. Hours of storms pounded the area overnight, and lightning strikes like this one that severely damaged a local home caused problems across the Bay Area. And let's get straight to Lee Spann now with weather. Lee, how much longer is this rain going to stick around? Because a lot of folks are waking up bleary-eyed this morning.
And it is still coming down now. But we start to bring the rain chances down as we head through the day. Here's this cold front. There's actually some drier air that's going to try to filter its way in here. But right now, we're still dealing with this batch of rain that's pushing from west to east just over the southern portion of Pinellas County, here through Ruskin, the South Shore area. Got some lightning. Eastern portions of Hillsborough County near Fishhawk, heading up through Mulberry and Auburndale. But like I said, going hour by hour through the day, your best rain chance is this morning. 81 degrees at 10 a.m. By 1 p.m., 85 degrees, and we still keep it about a 40% rain chance. Then we begin to lower that rain chance. Finally, through the afternoon and evening, we'll see afternoon highs in the upper 80s. So coming up in weather and traffic on the 8s at 4:38, I'll have your frequent flyer forecast. So if you're heading out for the weekend, maybe a long weekend, I'll tell you what to expect, where you're going.
Wet and slippery, right? Basically, I went through Old West Tampa today. A lot of places where there was standing water in the neighborhood. So definitely use some caution right now, folks. Let's take a look now at some accidents out there. Whenever it's very rainy, we usually tend to see a lot of accidents. And we do. North 275 right near I-4. We've got a crash in northbound coming off the Howard Franklin Bridge. Some construction. Let's pull out the camera, take a live look at what's going on here. Northbound again, look at that. The two left lanes, or at least the left lane and partially the next one blocked due to that collision, not causing any delays. Again, this is North 275 right near Ashley Street. Let's move over to the other camera where you can see a little bit of construction out there. And as we pull out that second camera, you can see where I've got that construction marked. This with the arrow there, tying up that left lane, also getting word of an accident in the same area, North 275, right around the Howard Franklin Bridge. That's a look at weather and traffic. And now back to Lauren and Gail.
All right, thanks, Leslie. Right now, the Tampa teen beaten in Israel is waking up in his own bed this morning. Tariq Abu Qadir, who was arrested and abused in Jerusalem, walked off a plane at TIA just a few hours ago. News Channel 8's Adrian Pedersen is in the Tampa News Center. So, Adrian, he's home, but this is far from over.
That's right. Good morning, Gail. Tariq's family is taking him to several doctors today and over the next week. They want to make sure he's okay physically and mentally. After all, the 15-year-old has been through a lot. Just listen to this.
And I'm only 15, but I will never think about freedom in the same way as I did 2 months ago.
Powerful words from Tariq right after he stepped off the plane at Tampa International Airport. This all started when Tariq's Palestinian cousin was murdered. Israeli police claim the 15-year-old was throwing rocks during a protest for his cousin. Police handcuffed, arrested, and beat him, and it was all caught on video. You can see it right there. Tariq has not been charged with anything. Once Tariq gets settled in and checked out by a doctor, of course, we have many more questions for him, and we're staying on the story, and we'll keep you updated on his progress. Gail?
Yeah, that was a powerful message about freedom. Thanks, Adrian.
Happening today, a court date for the Valrico man known as a doomsday prepper who prompted a huge manhunt. Martin Winters is accused of illegally obtaining weapons and making explosives. Authorities found those items buried all over his property. He hid from the FBI for days before turning himself in. Also happening today, the state's plans to make a dangerous local intersection safer will be revealed. The intersection at Gulf to Bay Boulevard and Belcher Road is the second busiest in Clearwater. 2 months ago, a hit-and-run driver killed a crossing guard there. 4 days later, a motorcyclist's tumble was caught on camera.
We know long lines wait most times at the DMV, but a tip from a viewer sent us checking why the lines lately seem even longer. 8 on Your Side found the problem is being compounded at the West Hillsborough office by the closure of the office on Martin Luther King Boulevard. That's according to the Hillsborough County tax collector. Some ideas to mitigate the problem: try the downtown office, which is found to be much less busy, or make an appointment online ahead of time.
This morning, we have new video of a fight breaking out on a Hart bus, leaving a man with 2 stab wounds. In Tampa, police claim twin brothers Jorge and Alexander Alvarez boarded this bus and held it up when they said they didn't have any money. An argument sparked when frustrated Henry Richardson told the twins they were going to make him late for work. Police report both brothers pulled knives and stabbed Richardson first in the neck, then in the chest. Once the bus stopped, the brothers ran. The 2 are charged with aggravated battery. Richardson is recovering.
In Pasco County, a holiday home is boarded up this morning after a lightning strike caused a fire, and sadly, the 2 family dogs did not make it out alive. It happened when a powerful storm pounded the Bay Area, including the Colonial Hills 2 neighborhood in Holiday. The heartbroken family treated the dogs as their children.
Yeah, they were definitely kids.
You babied them, huh?
They were spoiled rotten, that's for sure.
Neighbors helped the family board up the home. The family lost nearly all of their belongings.
In Pinellas County, a Pinellas Park firefighter is off the job this morning, accused of selling prescription drugs. A city spokesperson tells us James Comer resigned. Police arrested him at Northside Hospital in St. Petersburg, where he also works as a nurse in the emergency room. His resignation will not stop the criminal investigation. In Hillsborough County, former County Commissioner Kevin White is out of prison this morning. We've learned White was transferred to a halfway house in Central Florida. Back in 2012, a judge sentenced White to 3 years in prison for taking bribes.
Happening today, downtown Tampa's newest hotel, Aloft, is finally open. Workers spent months remodeling the old Mercantile Bank building at the east end of the Kennedy Bridge. The hotel's manager hopes the trendy hotel becomes a popular destination for tourists and visitors. The hotel will offer an around-the-clock cafe and live entertainment several nights a week. And that's right across the river from us here on News Channel 8. And we can all go to breakfast before we come in to work at 3 in the morning. It's an around-the-clock cafe.
I like it.
Huh?
Thinking food.
That's right. And it's 4:38, and Lisa Pan said she'd treat. It's weather and traffic on the 8.
I thought this time, you by tomorrow, and we'll just pass it off, right? Well, this morning, if we were walking over there, we might need our umbrellas. Let me show you what's happening on Max radar at this point. There's not a wide coverage of rain, but if it's coming down on you, it's heavy. We have some spotty storms in the southern portion of Pinellas County around St. Pete Beach, Tierra Verde, and also heading over toward Ruskin. Lightning strikes right now from Waimama over toward the Polk County community, so heads up there. And then in Polk County, we have some rain from Lake Alfred all the way down through Bartow at this point. So breaking down the day for you at 8 o'clock this morning, scattered rain. Rain will continue to head toward the east. At lunchtime, 84. But by 4 p.m., we start bringing the rain chances down, which is kind of opposite than normal. 88 degrees at 4 p.m. That cold front still bringing a lot of nice weather to a lot of the country. So if you're heading north, congratulations. Atlanta, Charlotte, beautiful, low humidity. Same thing for Chicago. Now, if you're going to Houston or Dallas, that's where we expect more rain today. But the Northeast, sunny and 80 in New York, sunny and 83 in Philadelphia. This cold front is a nice treat for a lot of places across the country.
I love seeing zeros out there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it might be bad weather here right now, at least some rain, but we're not showing any delays coming out of Tampa International Airport, so that's some really good news, or St. Pete Clearwater. Meanwhile, we've got some crashes out there on the roadway. Northbound 275 right near I-4. We've got a collision tying up lanes. Also a little bit of construction here, and this is North 275 right as you come off the Howard Franklin Bridge, not too far away from West Shore. Let's pull out the camera and take a live look at what's going on. I'm going to back up here. You can see where that left lane is taken away and partially that second lane next to it, but no delays. Again, North 275 right near Ashley. Moving over to the other camera, a little bit closer to our Howard Franklin Bridge. This is actually a great shot here. This is State Road 60. It's a wonderful drive on Memorial Highway at this point. That's a look at weather and traffic on the 8s. Back to Lauren and Gail.
Thanks, Leslie. A bus thief is at it again.
How a 12-year-old found a second school bus to take a joyride on.
Then a coyote warning, the local city impacted and what they're doing about it.
And KKK emerging, how members of the Ku Klux Klan are attempting to amp up their recruiting efforts. All right, we have breaking news to tell you about right now. Deputies are on the scene of a homicide right now. This is happening on Inglewood Drive in Gibsonton. They report a man was found shot dead inside a home. At least one other person was inside the home at the time. Deputies are questioning that person now. We have a crew headed to the scene, and we'll bring you updates as we get them. Happening today, it's not Black Friday, but stores are opening early with big sales.
Downtown St. Petersburg is hosting its annual Sunrise Sale. News Channel 8's Melissa Beckman is live along Beach Drive. So, Melissa, how is the weather going to impact this shopping spree today?
Well, good morning, Lauren. Now, the stores won't open until 6:43. That's the tradition here in downtown St. Petersburg. And Lee Span forecasts that most of the rain will be long gone by then, which is good news for all the shop owners out here who are hoping that this morning's wet weather will not dampen the spirit of their summertime Black Friday.
The perk of this is to help get that kind of December feel in July. It's nice to have a day when you have people coming and kicking down the doors wanting to buy lots of items. And also it's a chance for us to give back to our customers for supporting us all year.
Matt Shapiro is the president of the Downtown Business Association and co-owns Shapiro's Gallery. He tells me some of the stores will have select items up to 75% off. Early birds will get the best deals from 6:43 to 10 a.m. And new this year, the first shop at St. Pete's Sundial will be open just in time to take part. And this annual event is known as St. Pete's biggest pajama party. The theme this year is pajamas, so shoppers are encouraged to come out in their pajamas and even possibly their bathing suits, which, Lauren, could actually be appropriate on a day like today.
Waterproof, and I like that 75% off. Thanks, Melissa.
Keeping locals safe from coyotes. That's the new push from Florida Fish and Wildlife. Next week, they're planning a presentation for the people of Lakeland after several cats were found mutilated in the Lake Hollingsworth area in April. Test results show coyotes killed the cats. Next week, the FWC is expected to discuss how people can coexist with coyotes and keep their pets safe. The presentation is next Wednesday at 6 p.m. in the City Commission chambers.
A 12-year-old boy arrested for taking a school bus on a joyride is at it again. According to authorities, the young man stole his family's car, then ditched it for a school bus in an elementary school. Right now, the boy is in custody, charged with grand theft, larceny, and criminal mischief. Ready for anything, Pasco County deputies are now trained for an emergency they hope they never have to respond to. They descended on 5A High School in Hudson for an active shooter scenario. This was the first time the agency conducted an exercise at a school.
A mother convicted of sending a toxic chemical to top U.S. officials like the president is headed to prison. In Louisiana, a judge sentenced Shannon Richardson to 18 years in prison. According to authorities, Richardson admitted to sending the letters with ricin last year. Her motive is still unknown. Richardson has 14 days to appeal the sentencing.
The KKK is recruiting. The Ku Klux Klan is putting flyers in Ziploc bags on lawns in Louisiana, reading "Save Our Land, Join the Klan," and it is shocking residents. Police are on the lookout for the people behind the flyers.
A pit bull is being hailed a hero this morning.
The dog saved a deaf, sleeping teenager from a fire. The Bernard family's pit bull named Ace woke up 13-year-old Nick Lamb when smoke filled their home. Now, Nick is legally deaf and was not sleeping with his cochlear implants. Ace came to the rescue.
He woke me up because I couldn't hear anything and I was asleep. And I looked around my room. I smelled smoke, and I could see a little bit of smoke in my room.
Now, this is what's left of the home, but the Bernard family is thankful that Ace saved their son. Wow, that is one loyal dog. Time right now is 4:48. Time for weather and traffic on the 8s.
Well, you know, the big story the last couple of days has been this intense cold front that's brought some July cool weather across a lot of the country, and that continues. For the most part, that cold front has stalled just to our north, but that's what's been giving us this rainy couple of days. Right now, the rain is coming down in southern portions of Pinellas County, right over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge and heading south into Manatee County. This will be passing over I-75 in Manatee. We also have some lightning strikes right along 674 from Wimauma over toward Polk County, and then some light rain throughout Polk County from Haines City back toward Bartow at this point, and that's in our forecast. Scattered showers continue through 8 a.m., 78 degrees. The rain chance still at lunchtime at 40%. But then fewer storms by the afternoon with a high temperature of about 88 degrees. Now, we checked in with Bob in Venice. He says it's 77 at his house right now, and he got 1 3/4 inches of rain yesterday. So everybody really got some downpours. 75 in Bartow right now, 73 in Weeki Wachee, 83 in Sarasota. Notice the cooler air, even Atlanta waking up at 63, Cincinnati at 53. Well, we're not getting into the cooler air, but this drier air, this red color that you see, that's what's coming in. So while we have this onshore wind now, fewer storms thanks to that slightly drier air. And tomorrow, even less rain. Only a 20% rain chance, which means it's going to be hotter at 92. Leslie, how's traffic on the 8s?
Well, of course, it's a little wet out there, and that usually translates to problem spots. We've definitely got an issue going on here, northbound 275, right near I-4, a collision tying up lanes, a little bit of construction clearing up here, northbound 275, coming off the Howard Franklin Bridge. Let's go ahead and take a live look at this accident where the 2 left lanes have been blocked. Looks like they just cleared it from the roadway. This is fantastic news. It was blocking the 2 left lanes here. Everything now gone. Let's go back to the maps now. Do have another crash out there, northbound on I-75, right near Sun City Center, and this one is off to the shoulder. That's a look at weather and traffic on the 8s. Back to Lauren and Gail.
All right, thanks, Leslie. Starbucks is jumping continents. The coffee retailer has opened up the first of 50 shops the franchise plans to open in Bogota, Colombia. Starbucks is set to open the shops over the next 5 years.
All right, you're just waking up on this Thursday for weather and traffic on the 8s, and you might be hearing rain on your roof. You might even be hearing thunder. It's just a small area, but we're seeing some of that lightning just over Tampa Bay. So heading over toward the Ruskin area, down toward Bradenton, we have some spotty showers. That extends into eastern portion of Hillsborough County, then up from Bartow to Haines City. But our best rain chance today is this morning. By the afternoon, fewer storms with slightly drier air in the upper levels of the atmosphere. We'll see a high today of 88 degrees. Then for tonight, partly cloudy and near normal. It's nice to be able to talk about drier weather, 77 degrees overnight. I'll let you know how long the drier weather sticks around, but at 4:58, let's check on traffic on the 8s.
Well, of course, it's been a little bit rainy out there. We're seeing a lot of problem spots. Had an earlier crash right in the junction. That has cleared from the roadway, but new on the list here, south 275, right at West Shore Boulevard. Starts to slow down to 34 miles per hour. That's because we have 2 lanes taken away. Let's go ahead and pull out the camera, take a live look here. Again, southbound 275. It's kind of in the distance, so it's hard to see, but you can see how traffic slows, and those 2 left lanes are blocked. Again, right near West Shore Boulevard, south on 275, and that's what's causing that slowdown. Let's pull out the other camera, head over to Pinellas County. Look at this. We've got an accident here. Fortunately, this one is not slowing you down, but this is northbound 275, folks, right around Gandy Boulevard. Stay with us all morning for the latest weather and traffic. You are watching News Channel 8 Today.
Alex and Ani. Alex.
Alex.
Alex. Ani.
Ani.
Ani. Alex and Ani. Alex and Ani is peace. Is peace. Is love.
Is love.
Peace, love, positive energy. Alex and Ani radiates beauty.
Is person.
Alex and Ani is positive energy.
Positive energy.
Positive energy. Alex and Ani is
Made in America.
Alex and Ani is love.
How do I steal people's money? You got your free lunch scam. Get in on this opportunity right now, plus you get a free lunch. Your sweetheart scam, grandparent scam, those are exciting. Hello, Grandma? I'm in jail in Tijuana. They're telling me I need $3,000. Or if I'm feeling old school, I could just jump in your garbage, come up with a credit card bill. Ka-ching. I'm now you.
Visit the AARP Fraud Watch Network to protect yourself from the latest scams and con artists like this guy.
Right now, breaking news on News Channel 8 Today.
Good morning. I'm Gail Guayardo.
I'm Lauren Make in for Rod Carter this morning. We begin with breaking news. Deputies are on the scene of a homicide right now.
This is happening on Inglewood Drive in Gibsonton. They report a man was found shot dead inside a home. At least one other person was inside the home at the time. Deputies are questioning that person right now. Now, we do have a crew headed to the scene, and we'll bring you updates as soon as we get them.
In our other top stories this morning, a court date for the Valrico man known as a doomsday prepper. Martin Winters is accused of illegally obtaining weapons and making explosives. Authorities found those items buried all over his property. He hid from the FBI for days before turning himself in.
The state's plans to make a dangerous local intersection safer will be revealed today. The intersection at Gulf to Bay Boulevard and Belcher Road is the second busiest in Clearwater. 2 months ago, a hit-and-run driver killed a crossing guard there. 4 days later, a motorcyclist takes a tumble, and it was all caught on camera.
Our other big story this morning, the weather. Hours of storms pounded the area overnight, and lightning strikes like this one that severely damaged a local home caused problems all across the area. So let's get right to Lee Spann right now with weather and traffic this morning. Good morning, Lee. What can you tell us?
Well, the good news is the rain chances will diminish through the day, thanks in part to this cold front. Now, no, we won't get the cooler air from it, but some drier air is going to try to sneak into our area, which we will take after seeing not only the heavy rain the past few days, but thousands of lightning strikes yesterday. Somewhere up near 6,000 lightning strikes, and some of them did hit homes. I want to zoom in right here, just off the coast of Ruskin and Sun City Center in the in the Tampa Bay. There are some lightning strikes happening right now that extends back over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge and farther south into Bradenton. Also some lightning strikes in southern Hillsborough County, just south of 674. And then we have some light to moderate rain from Haines City down through Bartow this morning. But this morning is our best rain chance. 81 degrees at 10 a.m., cloudy, still some showers. We keep a 40% chance in through lunchtime, 84 at noon. 88 degrees by 3 o'clock this afternoon, and that's when we start bringing the rain chances down. In fact, we'll diminish almost completely as we head through the evening hours. So coming up in weather and traffic on the 8s, that'll be at 5:08. I'll go city by city and tell you how warm it's going to be at your house as well as when the rain should come. But unfortunately, roads are wet now.
They are wet, and people are running into each other. I don't know how else to put it there. That's what happens, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. At this point, we've got a new crash here, South 275, right at West Shore Boulevard. We get down to about 34 miles per hour, slow and go as you approach this accident. It is blocking 2 lanes here. We've also got another accident here. This one's located northbound 275 at Gandy Boulevard. Let's take a quick live look here, and you can actually see that accident at West Shore and some of that congestion off to the right. Again, 2 left lanes blocked southbound. That's a look at weather and traffic. Back to Lauren and Gail.
All right, thanks, Leslie. Right now, a 5-hour ceasefire is underway between Israel and militants in Gaza. The United Nations arranged the humanitarian truce. Israel claims it will hold its fire to give Palestinians time to restock on food, water, and other necessities, but warns it will break the ceasefire if Hamas launch attacks on Israel during that time. 9 days of airstrikes have killed more than 200 people in Gaza and 1 person in Israel.
A Tampa teen caught in that international conflict is waking up at home this morning. Tariq Abu Qadir was arrested and beaten in Jerusalem. In his first few moments back on American soil, he spoke about his cousin killed in another beating in Israel.
No child, whether they are Palestinian or Israeli, deserves to die that way.
The past 2 weeks have been a total nightmare for my whole family.
The scene was overwhelming at Tampa International Airport to welcome Tariq home just a few hours ago. He spent 9 days on house arrest before he could come home to be treated for his injuries. Israel police claim Tariq was arrested after throwing rocks in a protest.
In Polk County, a settlement in the bra-shaking controversy that was caught on camera.
According to the Lakeland Ledger, the city of Lakeland wrote Zoe Brugger a $25,000 check. She was pulled over last year in order to shake out her bra in a search for drugs. None were found. An investigation found the officer did not violate policy or the law.
In Manatee County, new charges against former Deputy Joseph May. He's been on the run for 23 years and was just recently discovered living in Alaska. Now the U.S. attorney there has filed 3 new federal charges, weapon charges against him. May is accused of raping a 6-year-old. He's also facing identity theft charges.
In Hillsborough County, lightning blamed for a fire at an apartment complex. A bolt hit the roof of a building in the University Club apartment complex on 131st Street. That's near the University Mall. Now, when firefighters arrived, flames were shooting from the roof. 8 apartments suffered damage, but no one was hurt. Now, lightning also ripped the siding off a home on Citrus Street in Clearwater. The homeowner told police that metal objects like the doorbell and address plate flew off the house. No one was hurt there either.
Hillsborough County commissioners are changing the controversial human rights ordinance. Commissioners unanimously voted to move ahead with a proposal to protect members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. It'll keep people from being discriminated against in housing, employment, real estate, and public accommodations. 8 on Your Side broke the story, and now we're seeing results. Manatee County employees were given raises. They were later told they had to give those raises back. Well, now we've learned the employees will be able to keep the money. It's thanks to a county commissioner who will cough up the expenses out of his own pocket.
When management makes a mistake, we usually don't make employees pay. That's a personal philosophy.
The affected employees will also be given additional training so they can be eligible to have the raise returned to their paychecks.
Breaking news, deputies are on the scene of a homicide right now. This is a live picture from the scene at a home on Inglewood Drive in Gibsonton. Deputies report a man was found shot dead inside that home. At least one other person was inside the home at the time. Deputies are questioning that person now. We have a reporter there digging up information, and we'll have a live report in about 15 minutes. Let's head over to Lee for weather and traffic on the 8s.
Well, good morning, and we are actually seeing some showers right now coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, and there's more now in the Gulf that still have their chance to come on shore. So where are the rain and thunderstorms right now? Right along the coast of Ruskin, right around 41. There's some lightning strikes heading down 75 into Manatee County. About 23 lightning strikes as we speak. Few showers in eastern Hillsborough County, and then as you head up through the central portions of Polk County this morning from Haines City, you're seeing some of those showers. It's all because of the cold front just to our north. By 8 o'clock this morning, notice there are showers. There's just not a lot of them. So we're going to keep in about a 40% chance through 1 o'clock this afternoon. And then we'll begin to lower the rain chances as we head through the afternoon and evening. So today will be a little bit warmer than yesterday because I do think that at least by the afternoon we'll see some sunshine. 90 degrees in Lakeland today, 88 in Newport Richey, 88 degrees in Sarasota, Arcadia today. You'll hit about 91 degrees. All right, it is 5:08. It's been wet overnight, and that is causing accidents.
Wet, slippery, and definitely causing accidents. We've had quite a few. Right now, just a couple working. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening out here, folks. If you're going to be traveling southbound 275, earlier problem in the junction, that has cleared. That was tying up lanes. That is gonzo, but down here, West Shore Boulevard, we've got some lanes taken away. And look, you're backed up before Dale Mabry Highway, southbound on 275 down to 34 miles per hour. Let's pull out the camera and take a live look, and you can see what's going on here. I'm going to back up a little bit. It's hard to see, nice retro black and white shot for you, but this is tying up those 2 left lanes, and you can see in the distance here where it gets very slow. Once you pass that accident, you are back up to speed, and crossing that Howard Franklin Bridge, no delays. Let's move over to one of our other cameras, and you can see a crash out on 275. This is right by Gandy Boulevard, folks. And it looks like they might be clearing it up right now as we speak. It was over there on the right shoulder. We've got a little bit of activity now here on this side as well. So keep that in mind in Pinellas County. Other than that, traffic is moving up to speed. That's a look at weather and traffic on the 8s. Back to Lauren and Gail.
All right, thanks, Leslie. This morning, reaction to President Obama's tough stand against Russia.
Coming up, the warning Russia's president issued, and a wild police chase in California where suspected bank robbers and officers get into a gun battle.
Plus, cashing in on a surprise sunrise sale. We'll tell you where you can find some deep discounts while shopping in your pajamas. That's right. You're watching News Channel 8 today.
Breaking news, deputies are on the scene of a homicide right now. This is a live picture from the scene at a home on Inglewood Drive in Gibsonton. Deputies report a man was found shot dead inside a home. At least one other person was inside the home at the time. Deputies are questioning that person now. We have a reporter there digging up information, and we'll have a live report in about 15 minutes. Happening today, shoppers will be strolling along the streets of downtown St. Petersburg this morning in their pajamas and, I hear, perhaps even in their bathing suits.
I know, this sounds like a lot of fun. It's the annual Sunrise Sale, and this year's theme is pajamin'. Get it? We be jammin', pajamin'. News Channel 8's Melissa Beckman is live along Beach Drive in her bathing suit. Not really. Melissa, it's like a summertime Black Friday.
Good morning, Gail. You are exactly right. And, you know, thankfully I'm not wearing a bathing suit, but if I was, it might even be appropriate today because of all the weather. But the stores here are going to open at 6:43 this morning, some offering big doorbusters and deep discounts. If you're going to come out this morning, just be sure to look for stores that are flying those yellow flags. Today marks downtown St. Pete's 41st annual Sunrise Sale. It's a tradition the growing small business community here looks forward to each summer.
We all try to work together to promote shopping local, shopping downtown, keeping it small business.
I know it's weird. Matt Shapiro is the Downtown Business Association's president and also co-owns Shapiro's Gallery. He tells us more than 36 stores are participating in what's often referred to as St. Pete's biggest pajama party. Now, the mayor will cut the ribbon to let the shopping festivities begin right across the street there at the Museum of Fine Arts. That's going to happen at 6:43. And most stores plan to offer their deepest discounts from that time, 6:43, up until 10 o'clock this morning. And Lauren, people who do dare to wear bathing suits or even just their pajamas could find even bigger discounts.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Maybe that and some like rubber boots, get out there. But no, it's all going to clear up, so it'll be great for those vendors. Thanks, Melissa.
Happening today, GM CEO heads to Capitol Hill for her second appearance before lawmakers. Mary Barra will testify about the company's handling of a defective ignition switch. Members of a Senate panel want to know why it took the company 11 years to issue the recall of millions of small cars. This morning, reaction to President Obama's move to impose sanctions against Russia. The president told reporters the sanctions are in support of Ukraine.
What we are expecting is that the Russian leadership will see once again that its actions in Ukraine have consequences, including a weakening Russian economy and increasing diplomatic isolation.
The sanctions are aimed at impacting Moscow politicians, energy firms, banks, and arms dealers. Russian President Vladimir Putin reacted to the sanctions, warning it will seriously impact U.S.-Russian relations.
In California, 3 people are dead after a bank robbery, police chase, and gun battle. The chase lasted an hour with the suspects racing through neighborhoods. Police exchanged gunfire with the robbers. In fact, it's estimated more than 100 shots were fired. That left cars and houses riddled with bullets. The violence began when 3 people robbed a bank and took 3 bank employees hostage. During the chase, police claimed the suspects shot the hostages and threw them from the moving vehicle. One of the hostages has died. 2 of the suspects are dead. The 3rd suspect is in custody. Well, this is going to affect a lot of people. New concerns this morning about niacin. It's a popular supplement millions of Americans take to lower cholesterol and to prevent heart disease. Well, 2 studies reveal niacin may not help prevent heart problems. They also indicate there are some serious side effects. Those include death, infections, and diabetes complications. Experts suggest people discuss their use of niacin with their doctors.
What's Brewing is brought to you by McDonald's. Start your morning with a wholesome breakfast at McDonald's.
A lot going on at WFLA.com this morning. Let's check out what's brewing. Some not so sweet news for chocolate lovers. For the first time in 3 years, Hershey is raising prices by 8%. The company blames a jump in cocoa costs. The #1 candy producer makes chocolate bars, Kisses, and Reese's. The Bay Area's most beloved manatee is getting ready to celebrate his 66th birthday. This Saturday, the South Florida Museum will hold a party, and you are invited. It is for Snooty. Head to WFLA.com to find out more about the party and how you can attend. Fishing is a popular pastime in our area, and part of the fun is showing off what you caught, maybe getting a little competitive with your friends. Head to WFLA.com for a look at some must-see massive catches. It is 5:18. Let's check in with Lee for weather and traffic on the 8s.
Oh, well, I tell you what, we have been catching a lot of rain recently, and we're still going to see a pretty good chance of storms through about midday. Then some drier air is going to start arriving here, so that especially tomorrow, much fewer storms, but also much hotter tomorrow. And the summer rain pattern where we see the morning sun and just the pop-up afternoon storms returns next week. This is all because of this big cold front. It's bringing some cool air to a lot of the country, and it's allowing us to see these higher rain chances because we're just south of this front. Let me show you where the rain is right now. We've seen some lightning in the eastern portion of Pinellas County, right around Shore Acres. We've also seen some lightning, seeing it right now in the Sun City Center area down toward Fox Lee and the central portions of Manatee County. Then some light to moderate rain throughout Polk County heading up toward Lake Wales and Dundee. So that was in our forecast. Scattered rain at 8 a.m. Rain will head east at lunchtime and then really start to diminish by 4 p.m. with a high today of 88 degrees. We checked in this morning with Rich in Oldsmar. He says it's 73 at his house. It's 79 in Bradenton, 75 in Bartow, 73 in Brooksville. Again, with this onshore wind, notice at 640, we're still dealing with the showers coming in off the Gulf. By 9:30, the rain gets a little farther inland, and then look what happens by 4 p.m. A lot fewer storms. In fact, tomorrow's rain chance is just 20%. That'll be great news for those wet roads, Leslie.
That will be some good news. I tell you, there was a lot of standing water in Old West Tampa about an hour ago. That's gotten better. But look at this. We've got a crash southbound 275 right at West Shore Boulevard. Still working here. Left lane taken away. And you're backed up before Dale Mabry Highway, down to 13 miles per hour. Let's take a live look at what is going on. We'll pull out the camera and you can see for yourself. I'm going to back up here. It looks like they've moved the camera over, but we've still got a little bit of activity behind the pole. It's difficult to see. They've moved this camera. Here's one vehicle that's in lane here, but it's still a little bit slow in the area. Let's move over to another camera over in Pinellas County. And this is actually a shot of 275 right around Gandy. And you can see these flashing lights right here. That's because we've got an accident completely off to the shoulder. And that is northbound 275 at Gandy. That's a look at weather and traffic on the 8th. Back to Lauren and Gail.
Thanks, Leslie. A couple accused of stealing a dinosaur replica from a museum.
Such a bizarre story. What the tiny replica is worth coming up. And a special delivery at sea. See how one family helped a stingray bring 2 new babies into the world. You're watching News Channel 8 today. Well, in North Carolina, a $10,000 replica of a dinosaur is missing from a museum, and police are searching for the young couple who swiped it. This is a picture of the small baby duck-billed dinosaur replica. Surveillance video shows the suspected thieves. Investigators also believe the couple swiped stuff from another North Carolina museum. How do you pawn that? We'll have to ask the Pawn Stars.
We know now.
Right? Where's that going to turn up? A tchotchke. A Florida family has quite the fishtail to tell this morning.
Yeah, they helped deliver baby stingrays, and they caught it all on camera. Wait till you see this. Calvin Conger, his girlfriend and dad were fishing off Punta Gorda Isles when they reeled in this stingray. Now, they noticed a second stinger. Conger's dad realized what was happening, pushed on the stingray, and then helped deliver 2 babies. Look at that. They just sort of popped out.
That is...
It makes me want to go fishing more. I don't know. You just see the weirdest things, and I don't know. It was an awesome moment.
Yeah, I could put it on my resume that I helped deliver a stingray.
I wish it was that easy for me. The family released the babies and mother back into the Gulf. He was like, breathe, push.
What a neat story to tell. Right. Weather and traffic on the 8s is less than 3 minutes away.
Plus, a stabbing on a bus. The new video released that shows the entire crime. That story is just ahead.
Time for weather and traffic on the 8s here at 528, and we're seeing showers, but not as many as we were watching yesterday. And notice there are even some lightning strikes from essentially the South Shore, just around Sun City Center, down toward Fox Lee and Manatee County, also over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, and some spotty light to moderate rain right now in Polk County. Now, if you're planning to head to the beach today, little bit better than yesterday, 86 to 88 degrees. The rain will come to an end, but there is still an increased risk of rip currents. Leslie, how's traffic on the 8s?
Well, I've got some good news here. This accident that was tying up two of those left lanes, everything is on the left shoulder now and just about completely wrapped up. It's southbound 275 right at West Shore Boulevard, and we're back up to speed. We were down to 13 miles per hour just, say, 20 minutes ago. We're at 56 miles per hour now. So let's go ahead, move over across the Howard Franklin Bridge. Great drive. It's only going to take you about 6 minutes to cross it. Southbound 275 right at Gandy Boulevard. Earlier reports northbound, but it's southbound. This is off to the shoulder as well, not tying up any lanes. Stay with us all morning. You are watching News Channel 8 Today.
Right now, breaking news on News Channel 8 Today.
Good morning and welcome to News Channel 8 Today. I'm Lauren Make in for Rod Carter.
And I'm Gail Guayardo. We begin with breaking news this morning. Deputies are on the scene of a homicide right now. Now, this is happening on Inglewood Drive in Gibsonton. And we do know that Adrian Pedersen's on the scene sending us back information about this. We know that one man was found shot inside a home. We're told another person was inside the house at the same time, but as of right now, that's all we know. As soon as we get information, we will bring it to you. All right, let's get straight to Lee Spann now with your wake-up weather, Lee.
Well, you know what? We had overnight rain. We had rain all day yesterday. It's all because of this cold front. And while we won't get the cooler air that's behind it, throughout the day, some drier air will finally be making its way in here. And after a wet couple of days, that will be a welcome relief. We have some rain right now near MacDill Air Force Base, right over the southern end of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. There's even some lightning here just east of Sun City Center, right along 75 in southern Hillsborough County. Lorraine, right in the central portions of Manatee County, you have some lightning. This is all quickly pushing off toward the east, toward Bethany. And then some moderate rain from Lake Wales down through Fort Meade. But this morning is our best rain chance, kind of flip-flop from most summer days. 81 degrees at 10 a.m., 84 degrees at noon. Through the afternoon, we start bringing the rain chances down and maybe even getting some sunshine in here, getting us up to around 88 degrees later today. Coming up in weather and traffic on the 8s at 5:38, your frequent flyer forecast, because this big cold front is affecting a lot of cities. And I'll tell you how coming up, but right now it's affecting us with wet roads.
Yeah, absolutely is. We've got a couple accidents still lingering out there, folks. Fortunately, they are both off to the shoulder. So let's take a look. 56 miles per hour. That's how fast you're going now. Southbound 275, despite this collision where it is off to the left. It's in the left shoulder. South 275 right at West Shore Boulevard. Across the Howard Franklin Bridge remains a great drive. And then South 275 at Gandy Boulevard, still some activity. Again, that is on the right shoulder. Let's pull out one of the cameras and take a live look here. This is the West Shore Boulevard accident. You can see there's a tow truck on scene. Everything off to the left. Traffic back up to speed. That's a look at weather and traffic. Now back to Lauren and Gail.
Right now, a Tampa teen caught in an international conflict is waking up at home this morning. Tariq Abu Qadir was arrested and beaten in Jerusalem. In his first few moments back on American soil, he spoke about his cousin, killed in another beating in Israel.
No child, whether they are Palestinian or Israeli, deserves to die that way.
The past 2 weeks have been a total nightmare for my whole family.
Was overwhelming at Tampa International Airport to welcome him home just a few hours ago. He spent 9 days on house arrest before he could come home to be treated for his injuries. Israel police claim Tariq was arrested after throwing rocks in a protest.
Happening today, a court date for the Valrico man known as the Doomsday Prepper, who prompted a huge manhunt. Martin Winters is accused of illegally obtaining weapons and making explosives. Authorities found those items buried all over his property. He hid from the FBI for days before turning himself in. The judge in the McTeer trial hopes to wrap up jury selection today. He explains he has a family commitment Friday and wants to start the trial Monday. McTeer is accused of committing a murder that rattled the Tampa Bay area. Prosecutors claim he threw a baby out of a car window onto an interstate.
Also happening today, the state's plans to make a dangerous local intersection safer will be revealed. The intersection at Gulf to Bay Boulevard and Belcher Road is the second busiest in Clearwater. 2 months ago, a hit-and-run driver killed a crossing guard there. 4 days later, a motorcyclist's tumble was caught on camera.
We know long lines await most of us at the DMV, but a tip from a viewer sent us checking Why the lines lately seem to be even longer, if you can imagine. 8 on your side found the problem is being compounded at the West Hillsborough office by the closure of the office on Martin Luther King Boulevard. That's according to the Hillsborough County tax collector. Some ideas to mitigate the problem: try the downtown office, which we found to be much less busy, or make an appointment online ahead of time.
This morning, we have new video of a fight breaking out on a Hart bus, leaving a man with 2 stab wounds. In Tampa, police claim twin brothers Jorge and Alexander Alvarez boarded this bus and held it up when they said they didn't have any money. An argument sparked when frustrated Henry Richardson told the twins they were going to make him late for work. Police report both brothers pulled knives and stabbed Richardson first in the neck, then in the chest. Once the bus stopped, the brothers ran. The 2 are charged with aggravated battery. Richardson is recovering.
In Pasco County, a Holiday home is boarded up this morning after a lightning strike caused a fire. And sadly, the 2 family dogs did not make it out alive. It happened when a powerful storm pounded the Bay Area, including the Colonial Hills 2 neighborhood in Holiday. The heartbroken family treated the dogs as their children.
Yeah, they were definitely kids.
You babied them, huh?
They were spoiled rotten, that's for sure.
Neighbors helped the family board up the home. The family lost nearly all of their belongings.
In Pinellas County, a Pinellas Park firefighter is off the job this morning, accused of selling prescription drugs. A city spokesperson tells us James Comer resigned. Police arrested him at Northside Hospital in St. Petersburg, where he also works as a nurse in the emergency room. His resignation will not stop the criminal investigation. In Hillsborough County, former County Commissioner Kevin White is out of prison this morning. We've learned White was transferred to a halfway house in Central Florida. Now, you may remember back in 2012, a judge sentenced White to 3 years in prison for taking bribes.
Happening today, downtown Tampa's newest hotel, Aloft, is finally open. Workers spent months remodeling the old Mercantile Bank building at the east end of the Kennedy Bridge. The hotel's manager hopes the trendy hotel becomes a popular destination for tourists and visitors. All right, so here's what you can expect. The hotel will offer an around-the-clock cafe and live entertainment several nights a week. And that is right across the river from the News Center right here in downtown Tampa. So that might be a fun breakfast spot for us, and really part of a wave of development happening in downtown Tampa. La Meridian opened up not too long ago in the old courthouse. It's just one opening after the next of restaurants and hotels and new businesses.
We can kind of have breakfast at one and lunch at the other and dinner at the next one, and you know,
hotel hop. Why not? All right, we're just seconds away from 5:38. Let's turn things over to Lee's fan now, because there's a lot of rain out there and loud thunder boomers.
Exactly right, and those hotels are actually right along Tampa's new Riverwalk plans. And if you're walking near the river this morning, you might need the umbrella. Let me show you on Max Radar what's happening right now. Lots of moisture being pulled in off the Gulf of Mexico, but most of the rain is along Tampa Bay and points to the south because some drier air is trying to move in from the north. The MacDill Air Force Base, if you're waking up on base there, you might be hearing some rain on your roof right now. We're also seeing some light spotty rain up in the Progress Village area. Now, along the coast of Manatee County, which is right around Anna Maria Island, Holmes Beach, they're heading toward Memphis and Bradenton. Some showers and thunderstorms, same thing as you head over toward Lake Wales and Fort Meade in Polk County. So this morning, scattered rain, 78 degrees, and the rain is all heading east or inland, 84 degrees at noon. But the rain chances actually diminish later today with a high of 88 degrees. Now notice this big cold front is causing all of our rain, but it's also bringing some really nice weather to a lot of the country. Atlanta, low humidity at 87, Charlotte 86 and sunny, 78 in Chicago. But then the cold front is bringing high rain chances to Dallas and Houston. But if you're heading to the northeast, also a break from the July heat out there.
I tell you what, it's always nice to see those 0% because we're not seeing any delays out at Tampa International Airport, not even to Dallas or Houston at this point. Of course, it's always safe to check with your carrier, but we do have some accidents here that we're still watching, so be on the lookout for this, but no delays south 275 right at West Shore Boulevard, folks. We still have a collision there. Let's pull out the camera. We've been watching it slowly clear from the roadways. I'm going to back up, and that tow truck is now gone. Maybe a little bit of activity here, but this was where that tow truck was seen as they move over. No, it's fantastic. We're completely back up to speed, and that is completely been cleared from the roadways. So some good news to bring you. That's a look at weather and traffic on the 8th. Back to Lauren and Gail.
Thanks so much, Leslie. A bus thief at it again.
Boy, this kid is bold. How a 12-year-old found a second school bus to take on a joyride.
Then a coyote warning for you. The local city impacted and what they are doing about it now.
And KKK emerging. How members of the Ku Klux Klan are attempting to amp up their recruiting efforts.
Go to Walgreens and enter to win an iPad mini from News Channel 8.
I'm Gail Guayardo, and here are some of the events coming up around the Bay Area. The Dali Museum debuts Marvels of Illusion, a sensational, entertaining experience delving into the world of double images and illusions. And don't miss Mommy, the baby elephant calf celebrating her first birthday. Enjoy music and entertainment at Lowry Park Zoo's Pachyderm Pool Party, Saturday, July 26th.
Tampa Bay events are brought to you by Southern Ford Dealers, Badcock Furniture, Banco Overhead Doors, and News Channel 8.
Breaking news, deputies are on the scene of a homicide right now. This is happening on Inglewood Drive in Gibsonton.
Adrienne Pedersen is live at the scene. Adrienne, what do you know this morning?
Good morning, Lauren. We know one person is dead, and I just talked to detectives a few minutes ago. They're telling me that they're still waiting for a warrant so they can go inside a little bit deeper and gather some more evidence. I want to go ahead and show you what's going on behind me right now. Some detectives are standing outside of the home. Now, also, if you pan to the left a little bit, you can see there are some RVs sitting outside. We've seen people going in and out of there. We also know deputies are interviewing people in the neighborhood, trying to figure out what happened, including one person who was home when this happened. So here's how this all unfolded. Deputies got a call a little bit earlier. Now, when they showed up here, they found one man inside the home dead, shot at least once. So again, right now they're talking to the person who was inside the home when it happened. They haven't told us if that person is a suspect at this point. So I'm trying to get more information. I'll go talk to them, and as soon as I do, I'll give you an update.
All right, thanks, Adrienne. Happening today, it's not Black Friday, but stores are opening early with some pretty big sales.
I like that. Downtown St. Petersburg is hosting its annual Sunrise Sale. News Channel 8's Melissa Beckman is live along Beach Drive there. So, Melissa, sounds pretty good as long as you don't get wet.
Good morning, Lauren. You are exactly right. It was just pouring out here just a few minutes ago, but now it's nice and dry. And of course, shop owners who are already here this morning getting ready are sure hoping that this wet weather will not keep people away. They're going to open their doors at 6:43. That's the tradition for their summer version of Black Friday.
The perk of this is to help get that kind of December feel in July. It's nice to have a day when you have people coming kicking down the doors wanting to buy lots of items. And also it's a chance for us to give back to our customers for supporting us all year.
Matt Shapiro is the president of the Downtown Business Association and co-owns Shapiro's Gallery. He tells me some of the stores will have select items up to 75% off. Early birds will get the best deals from 6:43 a.m. to 10 a.m. New this year, the first shop at St. Pete's Sundial is open in time to take part in the Sunrise Sale. Well, this annual event is known here in St. Pete as St. Pete's biggest pajama party, and the theme this year is pajamin. So shoppers are actually encouraged to come out in their pajamas, or if they dare, even their bathing suits. And Lauren and Gail, I would definitely suggest they also bring an umbrella and possibly even a towel this morning.
Well, Melissa, I don't think I'll be off by 10, so I'm going to send you my list. I'll email that to you right away. So thanks for that.
Sounds good.
Keeping locals safe from coyotes. That's right. That's the new push from the Florida Fish and Wildlife. Next week, they're planning a presentation for the people of Lakeland after several cats were found mutilated in the Lake Hollingsworth area in April. Test results show coyotes killed the cats. Next week, the FWC is expected to discuss how people can coexist with coyotes and keep their pets safe. The presentation is next Wednesday at 6 p.m. in the City Commission chambers.
A 12-year-old boy arrested for taking a school bus on a joyride is at it again. According to authorities, the young man stole his family's car, then ditched it for a school bus in an elementary school. Right now, the boy is in custody, charged with grand theft, larceny, and criminal mischief. Ready for anything, Pasco County deputies are now trained for an emergency they hope they never have to respond to. They descended on 5A High School in Hudson for an active shooter scenario. This was the first time the agency conducted an exercise at a school.
New this morning, House of Horrors. We have more information about the 500 children rescued from a vermin-infested shelter in Mexico. Officials report parents were sometimes denied access to their children, and the kids were forced to sleep on hard floors, crawling with rats and roaches. The operator of the shelter and 8 of her employees are now being questioned by police. A mother convicted of sending a toxic chemical to top U.S. officials like the president is headed to prison. In Louisiana, a judge sentenced Shannon Richardson to 18 years in prison. According to authorities, Richardson admitted to sending the letters with ricin last year. Her motive is still unknown. Richardson has 14 days to appeal the sentencing.
The KKK is recruiting. The Ku Klux Klan is putting flyers in Ziploc bags on lawns in Louisiana reading, "Save our land, join the Klan." And it is shocking residents. Police are on the lookout for the people behind those flyers. It is 5:48, time for a look at weather and traffic on the 8th. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning. You just heard Melissa out in St. Petersburg say, you know, it's raining out there. At least it has been. It's all because of this big-time cold front, which is bringing very comfortable air to a lot of the country and is actually stirring up our rain. It's what caused all the rain yesterday. But I want you to notice that most of the rain this morning is south of Tampa Bay, and that's because we're starting to bring in some drier air from the north. But let me show you where it's raining now. Just some dotty showers in the eastern portions of Pinellas County, right around Feather Sound, coming over MacDill Air Force Base, headed toward Gibsonton and Ruskin there. Bunch of thunderstorms happening right now in the the western portions of Manatee County, right around Memphis, heading toward Parrish, and then some spotty showers in eastern Polk County. So in our forecast, showers continue through 7 through 8 a.m., still a 40% chance at noon. But by 4 p.m., we bring the rain chances down, which is great news after all the rain we've seen. 75 right now in Bartow, 73 in Brooksville. The cooler air remains just to our north. And like I said, while we won't get into the cooler air, this red color you see, that's drier air in the upper levels. And that's why we expect to see this onshore wind bringing in showers through the day. But even by the afternoon, fewer storms, and then even fewer storms tomorrow. Just a 20% chance with a high of 92. Leslie, how's traffic on the 8s?
Much better than, say, just even 30 minutes ago, folks. So both of the accidents we've been watching, slowly pushed to the shoulder, completely cleared from the roadway. South 275, West Shore Boulevard, we are back up to speed completely from downtown Tampa all the way across the Howard Franklin Bridge. And this earlier problem that was off to the shoulder, South 275 at Gandy, cleared as well. That's a look at weather and traffic on the 8. Back to Lauren and Gail.
All right, thanks so much, Leslie. Florida teachers fighting. I have no idea what that says. It's just a big squiggly, but they're fighting something.
We're going to have that coming up. Also, we want to tell you about Starbucks opening a new shop. Find out where they are going. You're watching News Channel 8 today. It is 5:50. Breaking news, shots fired in Israel. Police are reporting 2 rockets fired from Gaza despite a humanitarian ceasefire there. The United Nations arranged for a 5-hour truce for Palestinians to restock on food and water. 9 days of airstrikes have killed more than 200 people in Gaza and 1 person in Israel.
Starbucks is jumping continents. The coffee retailer has opened up the first of 50 shops in Bogota, Colombia. Starbucks is set to open the shops over the next 5 years. I think that's where Rod Carter is right now to make sure that overseeing it.
I'm sure he'll bring you something.
Right.
Weather and traffic on the 8s is less than 3 minutes away.
Plus, a deadly intersection, 8 on your side, has been fighting to change. We'll tell you what officials are doing to make it safer.
Go to Walgreens and enter to win an iPad mini from News Channel 8.
I'm a garage door contractor. Everything is mobile. I went to Sprint. I sat down with them. They told me how they're going to service me. I'm a business customer. I'm valuable. I said, okay, we got a deal. After 3 days, I knew we had an issue. Kind of got ugly. I needed help. When we contacted Ada on Your Side, things just started getting brighter after that. Shannon contacts me. She cared. Shannon cared that I was paying for service that I was not getting. And with her help, with Shannon's help, we got this resolved.
Getting results one person at a time. The Ada on Your Side investigators.
The Honda Summer Clearance is on at 2 great locations, Wesley Chapel Honda and the all-new Tampa Honda. All your favorite Honda models clearance price covered by our lifetime warranty. 2 times the selection, 2 times the excellent service. It's the power of 2. Wesley Chapel Honda and Tampa Honda.
Get live streaming, in-depth news coverage, live traffic conditions, special event coverage, and your accurate Storm Team 8 forecast. All on the News Channel 8 News app, and download it for free from your app store today. Just search WFLA.
It's the final days of Hudson's Furniture's Bradenton grand opening. Hurry to get $100 gift cards with every $750 purchase, plus 40 to 60% savings and free delivery. Ends Monday at all Hudson's locations.
Wesley Chapel Toyota is the place to buy your next Toyota. We have hundreds of new Toyotas to choose from, including the totally redesigned Corolla. Covered by our lifetime warranty and get maintenance for 2 years with Toyota Care. Shop Wesley Chapel Toyota today.
Coming up in weather and traffic on the 8th, right now we are tracking some rain, but we're also tracking some drier air coming in, because notice where all the rain is, from Tampa Bay south, up in Citrus, Hernando, Pasco County. Finally, some drier air arriving, but the rain south of Tampa Bay is going to continue. Notice it's all out in the Gulf of Mexico heading in this direction. Right now, we've got small shower up near Feather Sound in Pinellas County, right where 275 and I-75 come together in Manatee right now. There's a bunch of heavy rain coming down there. Bradenton over toward Parrish. Willow, the rain just ended in your area. Eastern portions of Polk County from Frostproof down even into Wauchula in Hardy County. We're seeing some rain at this point as well. And notice the motion is it for it to head toward the east. That will continue, and we'll actually get to bring the rain chances down later today. So fewer storms in the afternoon, kind of a flip-flop of a normal summer day if that slightly drier air continues to head south. 88 degrees this afternoon, and for tonight, 77. Pretty close to normal under partly cloudy skies, leading to even drier air tomorrow. I'll talk about how long that drier air and the lower rain chances will stick around coming up. But now let's check on traffic on the 8s. Leslie?
Actually, traffic is looking a lot better than, say, from just 30 or 40 minutes ago. Traffic is moving up to speed, Newport Richey area. In fact, let's take a look at some drive times here. If you're going to be traveling from State Road 50 on State Road 5419 to the Suncoast Parkway, a very nice 22-minute commute there. Long, windy road, but a good drive. Meanwhile, in the Lakeland area, we are up to speed on I-4. No accidents reported in downtown Lakeland. And between each entrance here of our Polk Parkways, we're looking at a very fast 11-minute commute. Let's take a look now at some live shots out there. We had some earlier accidents. One of them near the West Shore Boulevard area southbound. That's completely cleared from the roadway. You can see traffic starting to build. We're seeing more vehicles out there on South 275, but still moving at very good speeds through West Shore. Let's jump over to Pinellas County. Pull out the camera there. Here's a shot here of 275 right around Gandy Boulevard. Earlier problem that was off to the shoulder here. That has completely cleared away, and traffic is moving pretty much up to speed both directions here at Gandy. Meanwhile, great drive on the Bay Area bridges. It's only going to take you 7 minutes to cross that Courtney Campbell Causeway, 6 minutes on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Stay with us. You are watching News Channel 8 Today.